Good morning everyone. Today we are going to present about our rocket that is named as KMK Galaxy. So, we are the group members of KMK NASA from College Matrikulasi Kedah. I'm Wong Jun Xian.
I'm Zheng Sing Hong.
And I'm Lim Wen Ye.
First of all, we are going to introduce what is a rocket. A rocket is a spacecraft, aircraft, or projectile that obtains thrust from a rocket engine. So, a rocket engine works by action and reaction and push rocket forward simply by expelling their exhaust in the opposite direction at high speed, so that the rocket can work in the vacuum of space. In fact, rockets work more efficiently in the vacuum of space than in an atmosphere. Now I'm going to invite my friend Lim Wen Yan to talk about the structure of the rocket.
For our rocket, we use titanium to build our rocket. The titanium is a very strong and light material. The reason we use titanium because the rocket does not easily burst or explode during launching, so it can ensure the safety of the rocket. For our nose cone, we use parabolic shape as our nose cone. This is because nose cone has the least affected by the drag force. When the drag force decreases, the air resistance will also decrease, so that it can make the rockets successfully launch to the space. For our nose cone, we use parabolic in shape. The parabolic shape of the nose cone will reduce the drag force. When the drag force reduces, the air resistance will also decrease. So it will make our rocket successfully launch to the space. From the design of our model rocket, we can see the rocket body is made up of two parts. The main part, which is rocket booster, and the main body of the rocket. The four rocket boosters at the side of the rocket contains solid propellant. The propellant does not simply mean fuel. It means both fuel and oxidizer. The fuel is the chemical rockets burn, but for the burning take place, an oxidizer must be present, so it can increase the rocket accelerations. To increase the maximum altitude that can be reached by the rocket, multi-stage rocket is applied to our model rocket. Each stage will be jettisoned when they run out of propellant. The mass of the remaining rocket is also decreased. Each successive stage can also be optimized for its specific operating conditions, such as decreased atmospheric pressure at high altitude. This staging allows the thrust of the remaining stages to more easily accelerate the rocket to its final speed and height. Thus, the cabinet at the top of the main body can be sent further. In serial or tandem staging schemes, the first stage is at the bottom and is the largest. The second stage and subsequent upper stages are above it. In parallel staging schemes, solid or liquid rocket boosters are used to assist with launch. When the booster run out of fuel, they are detached from the rest of the rocket and fall away. The first stage then burns to completion and falls off. This leaves a smaller rocket with the second stage on the bottom, which then fires. Known in rocketry circles as stagings, this process is repeated until the desired final velocity is achieved.
Okay, so now we are going to talk about the design of the rocket. So why we choosing black color as the color of our rocket is because black color is the color that absorbs the most heat. So by using the characteristic of the black color, we install many of the heat receptors along the inner wall of the rocket. So the receptors are then connected and transmitted to the engine, which are specially produced for our rocket. The engine of our rocket can change the heat energy absorbed by the heat receptor into the potential energy, and the potential energy are then converted into the kinetic energy to produce force for the rocket to travel further. So in our rocket, we involve many of the principles that in physics. So there are many principles such as Newton's first law, Newton's second law, Newton's third law, and the principle of conservation of momentum. So especially the Newton's second law is the most important to our rocket. So when we apply this principle to a rocket, the pressure created by the controlled explosion taking place inside the rocket engine So the pressure accelerate the gas one way and the rocket to accelerate to another way.
Besides, our rocket consists of 12 small nozzles. The small nozzles will be in the booster rockets. This is essential because small nozzles may produce a higher velocity. This causes the rockets to move faster and arrive destination in a shorter time. This would be a benefit for us because we can transport something in a shorter time from Earth to space. Therefore, the greater the number of the small nozzles on the rocket, the greater the velocity produced, and the faster the rocket will arrive at their respective destination. Thus, the rocket can achieve the escape velocity from Earth easier. And so on, the rocket has its ability to overcome the escape velocity and get into the space. Moreover, our rocket consists of numerous numbers of engines. Our engine is at the bottom of the main body of the rocket. Just like Falcon 9 in SpaceX, our rocket consists of 10 engines in the rocket, that is 2 in the main part of the rocket and 2 engines in each booster rocket respectively. This can produce a higher rate of combustion of oxygen and eventually launch faster to the outer space. Lastly, our rocket has a large capacity of storage, which fulfills the needs for company or government to send loads or astronauts to the space to explore more in the unknown world. With a larger capacity in the rocket, it will be a greater probability for more people to achieve their dreams for space travel and would have a bigger activity space for people to move around during their flight. Therefore, this rocket can be used as aim for space tourism.
So in conclusion, our rocket is better than other rockets that have been proposed by the SpaceX and NASA because our rocket can move faster than the rocket that are already present in the markets. So besides that, the eco mode of our rocket by using the heat receptor along the inner wall of the rocket can reduce the waste gas produced when launching the rockets. This is a very good solution for the problem that we face in this 21st century. The lesser gas that produced when the launching of the rocket, the lesser pollution to the environment, and our Earth will maintain longer and longer. That's all for our presentation today. Thank you.